Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Guided by God channel, where we explore stories and sacred scriptures in an engaging way. Today, we're going to delve into an intriguing and often overlooked topic: the Bible and the origin story of the African people. The Bible, a holy book that has influenced cultures and religions for millennia, holds significant information about the beginnings of the African people, something that many are unaware of. Let's dive into the Holy Scriptures, uncover lesser-known facts, and learn about Black and African ancestors. So if you like this topic and would like someone else to see this video, please share it. That way, more people can learn a little more about this beautiful story. Do you remember that the people of Israel lived in Africa for a long time, as slaves in Egypt? The Black peoples, one of the largest ethnic groups in the world, have a rich history documented in these scriptures. Surprisingly, the Bible discusses the origins of the African people, including Melanized kings and queens. According to the Holy Scriptures, all present-day peoples are descended from the three sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This also includes Blacks and other dark-skinned ethnic groups, whose Hindu lineage originates from Ham, one of Noah's sons. Ham is the brother of Shem and Japheth, who represent Semitic peoples such as Arabs, Jews and Syrians, and European and Asian peoples. The term Hamite originally referred to people descended from Ham or Canaan, one of Noah's sons. After the flood, Noah and his three sons were tasked with continuing Adam's lineage. With only 8 people, Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and 3 daughters-in-law, humanity had to start again. Noah's son Ham is recognized as the ancestor of African and Black peoples in the Bible. His name is often associated with Africa, and the Book of Psalms portrays him as the ancestor of the ancient Egyptians. Interestingly, in ancient rabbinic traditions and Jewish tales, Ham has always been identified as the ancestor of the African peoples. Moreover, all interpretations of the sons of Ham point to African countries and regions, including the Ethiopian peoples, descendants of Cush, and the ancient Egyptians, descendants of Mizraim. It is important to mention that Arabs, Jews, Syrians, and other peoples refer to Egypt as Mizraim, in reference to its originator. Other sons of Ham include Put, also known as Put, and Canaan, father of the Canaanites, who should not be confused with Africans. Understand that Canaan represents a distinct region and people. The sons of Cush include Havilah, Sabta, Sabtaka, Rama, Sabtika, and Nimrod, who was an influential leader in ancient Babylon and Assyria. In addition, Mizraim was the ancestor of the Judeans, who were North African peoples such as the Anamites, Leem, Naki, Pusue, and Kaslui, from whom the Philistines and Peninsulars descended. Mizraim, the firstborn of Ham, gave rise to many nations, including the Ethiopian people. All Ethiopians descend from Cush, as do the inhabitants of Nubia, known in ancient times as the Kingdom of Cush. These are the main nations and peoples generated by Cush, son of Ham, the first son of Ham. However, the lineage of Ham is not limited to Cush and Nubia, but includes the Kingdom of Cush, the Kingdom of Nubia, and the ancient Samites. Nimrod, the rebellious son of Cush, is considered the progenitor of the Samaritans, and it is believed that the peoples of southern India are also descendants of Cush, as well as other Africans, such as the Malians, Atrians, Kenyans, Congolese, and Bantu. The term Kux is often associated with Ethiopia and Africa in the Bible, and its literal meaning is Ethiopia or Black. Kux was also the father of Canaan and Mizraim or Misraim, considered the ancestor of the ancient Egyptians and many North African peoples, including Berbers and dark-skinned Tegs. It's fascinating to note that all Semitic peoples, such as the Arameans, Arabs, and Israelis, refer to Egypt as Mizraim. This designation is used in several ancient languages, such as Aramaic, Arabic, and Hebrew. We know that Ham is the ancestor of all Africans and South Indians, and lived a very long life, being born before the flood. He enjoyed a longer life, witnessing up to the 5th and 6th generations of his family and ancestry. Interestingly, just as Shem lived around 600 years, Ham also lived around that age, or even longer, although there is no precise confirmation of how many years he lived, since the biblical texts don't mention it. It is not known for sure where Ham's tomb is located, but according to some theories and studies, It could be in the Ethiopian region or even in Nubia. Others claim that he is buried in Mesopotamia in the land of the Samites. However, many agree that Cam's tomb is in Africa, specifically in Sudan or Ethiopia. Some even suggest that he may be buried in Egypt, which is quite intriguing, as Egypt is a country full of mysteries, and discoveries of people buried 3,000 or 4,000 years ago are constantly being made. The Book of Jubilees gives us more information about Ham's old age and the events involving Noah's family and the three lineages: Ham's lineage, Shem's lineage, and Japheth's lineage. This ancient Jewish manuscript, considered true at the time of Christ and even before, relates that Ham completely disapproved of his youngest son Canaan's decision to live in the land of Shem, which is now known as Israel. Canaan did not agree with his son's decision to take that land for himself. In the Book of Jubilees, it is reported that Cush and Mizraim, Canaan's brothers, together with their father Ham, disapproved of Canaan's decision to live in the land of Shem, which corresponds to the region of Israel today. Like Ham, they also show disapproval for Canaan's attitude. They go to Canaan and order him to leave the land, because they believe that the African lands are reserved for the descendants of Ham. However, Canaan disobeys and continues to dwell in that land, completely ignoring the will of his father and brothers. The Book of Jubilees relates that Ham was the founder of the first city and province after the flood. He named the city after his beloved wife, Malta. The Bible shows us the diversity and richness of African history, demonstrating that African peoples have contributed significantly to the formation of global civilization and culture. However, coming to this point, I will report on the origin and migration, starting with the lineage of the descendants of Ham, son of Noah, in the biblical narrative in Genesis 10. Noah's sons are mentioned as the ancestors of the various peoples of the earth after the flood, and Ham, one of Noah's sons, is considered the ancestor of various African peoples. According to this narrative, his sons included Cush, associated with Nubia, a historical region in Sudan and southern Egypt, Mizraim, associated with Egypt, Put, associated with Libya, and Canaan, associated with the region of Canaan, including parts of Palestine. This genealogy provides a basis for understanding the historical connections between the peoples who inhabited the regions of Africa and the Middle East, highlighting the diversity and interconnection of peoples throughout the generations. Abraham's migration is a fundamental pillar in the histories and traditions of the three main Abrahamic religions: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Abraham, born in Ur of the Chaldeans, which is modern-day Iraq, is called by God to leave his homeland and go to the land of Canaan, where God promises to make him the father of a great nation. This migration symbolizes obedience to God and faith in his promises. Abraham's journey is seen as the beginning of the special relationship between God and the Hebrew people, serving as the basis for future events, including slavery in Egypt and subsequent liberation under the leadership of Moses. Joseph's migration to Egypt is a moving tale of betrayal, resilience, and divine providence. Sold into slavery by his brothers, Joseph was taken to Egypt, where his ability to interpret dreams led him to a position of great influence in the Egyptian government. This migration and Joseph's rise in Egypt had a profound impact on the history of the people of Israel, paving the way for future slavery and, eventually, for the Exodus when Moses led the Israelites on their journey to freedom. These biblical stories are essential for understanding the origins, migrations, and interconnections of African and Middle Eastern peoples, as well as for understanding the historical and spiritual foundations of Abrahamic religious traditions, which play a crucial role in the faith and practice of millions of people to this day. By sharing this knowledge, we hope to promote respect, tolerance, and appreciation of the cultural heritage of African peoples. With these accounts of the origin of Africans, I'd like to know what you thought of this story. Did you already know it? Or is this the first time you've heard about the history of Africans? Let me know. Comment here in the comments. I'll be happy to hear about it, and it will also serve as a basis for bringing you more stories from this context. Thanks for watching and see you next time.